Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Our next guest is an award-winning writer known for works such as Growing Up Gonzalez, El Conde y la Condesa, y Papi's Promise, and that is just to name a few. Because now he's bringing us A Day in the Crib, a new 8-character comedy play that promises to be even more immersive, captivating, and hilarious. That's right. The show stars actors of African, Indian, Puerto Rican, Dominican, European, and Venezuelan descent, including your very own Wepa, Rhina Valentin, la Reina del Barrio. And A Day in the Crib's premises takes place on one Friday in June when a family is plunged into the unpredictable, unimaginable, and unforgivable world of infidelity. The audience is yanked into the living room and forced to take sides in this Tyler Perry meets Neil Simon love fest. And it's definitely going to be a cultural buffet you're not going to want to miss. All right, everyone, here to share more about A Day in the Crib. Please welcome playwright and director Felix Rojas.
All right. Rhina.
I'm good.
Nice to see you as always.
Oh, yes.
Always fun to sit in this chair.
Yay! Welcome back.
Yes, thank you.
I don't know how many years it's been, but it's really nice and refreshing to be able to regroup and revisit our relationship, not only here, but on the stage as well. You know,
That's right.
It's been a treat being a part of your production, and you know, I'm a big fan of your writing, Felix. So I'm really excited for you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah. And I've never worked with you before in that capacity, right? It was the first time. We've known each other for a while, but and I'm taken back by your talent. I was like, wow, this woman is a juggernaut. You do a lot of fantastic things on that stage. You have so much confidence, and it just makes it so much easier. You know? Congratulations. You're so good, for sure.
Flatter me.
Yes, yes.
Sorry, man.
Well,
I'll take it all. I'll take it all. Well, you know,
well
the truth is
deserved.
that I'm a thespian first,
That's
right?
right.
Those are my origins. You know, I went to Esper and I did the 3 years master's program. So I'm trained in Meisner. All right. So a lot of people don't know that, but because I became this wonderful, you know, host who is providing this platform or serving in this platform to highlight us, you know?
Right.
But when I get the chance, if time permits, I love to, you know, revisit my roots. And I got to say thank you for inviting me to be a part of this.
It's a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. And
I know, well, she's definitely, she suits me. We'll say that. That's all I'm going to say is.
you can give a little tease, you know, the neighbor who knows it all, you know, the neighbor who wants to fix everything.
Yeah, well, she's not only that. She's, all right, this is the word that I know is going to get you guys. She's assertive.
That's right. She's a boss lady.
She's a boss lady.
Sound familiar?
Yeah. Well, you know, again, that's why it's like, you know, not too much of a stretch. But no, she's different for me. However, thank you for flattering me, and thank you for allowing us this time to discuss my character. Her name is Carmen. However, my character is technically a supporting co-starring role. Correct. Whereas let's talk about the main characters here because it's multicultural.
It is, and you know, it's when you're casting and when you're looking for people, you want to just kind of find the best person for the role, right? And sometimes you don't have that luxury. Sometimes you're doing a Latino show, or you're doing a black show, or a white show, so you have to cast certain people. With this one, A Day in the Crib really didn't lend itself to any specific ethnicity. So I had carte blanche, right, to just kind of pick whoever I wanted. So the leading lady her name is Crystal Johnson. She's African American. Her husband in the show, who's the leading man, his name is Raul Gahasam Haramurthy. I said it right.
Good for you, because there's a lot of
letters
in there.
That's a lot of letters.
Yes.
And he's Indian, Hindi, really funny guy. And then, you know, from there on, we have a Puerto Rican, Dominican, Venezuelan. You know, we have a really, really nice cast. Gentleman from Scottish descent plays one of the roles. And two things, right? That creates such a juicy atmosphere. You know, it really does. Just seeing all the different people on the stage. I love it. but it presents a challenge, right? When you're doing a play, especially when you're producing a show, usually it's a Latino show or a black show. This has all of those elements. So trying to focus on a demographic to promote has been challenging. You know, people go to see, oh, this is a black show. This is who we're gonna promote to. This is who's gonna come and see the show. So it's been a challenge. You know, trying to find a rhythm to catch as many demographics as I can. Just everybody.
Right,
Everybody
right.
will enjoy the show.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. The storyline itself is something that everybody can relate to, and the beauty of what you've done is that it isn't too far fetched in the actual biracial relationship of the husband and wife, right?
Right.
And also the fact that this could be anybody's neighbor, right? And I'm speaking from being the neighbor, whereas we've all been and or have seen, let's say, a building where there's all different cultures that reside within that building. And so that by itself, for me, is New York. It's very
Right.
New York.
Right.
It's
Right.
very New York. And so while you're saying, oh, okay, from the marketing perspective, the demographics have been a little challenging. I think in general, I think people need to approach this understanding that this is, once again, a human story. This is a story that has the roots of the urban culture primarily before it being about everybody's individual cultural background.
I agree. That's well said. Absolutely.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
And I think it's important that we address that because, again, why should shows only be of this culture or that culture? Like, we live in New York. We're blended.
Right. Right. And if it's a New York story,
Right.
it should be blended.
It could be.
Right. It could be.
Right.
And a lot of times it should be.
Right.
But, you know, we decide to kind of, you know, put people in a box, right? And you know, we have certain expectations of different cultural groups and what they do, and you know, and it's a tough position, but it's a fun position to be in. You know, I'm really having a good time with the cast. It's 8 people, probably the biggest cast that I've ever worked with. Very challenging, and sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and ask myself, "Who the hell are you?" You know, to be pulling this one off. But I'm excited. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. Who is Felix Rojas? He's the man. That's who you are. You the man. And of course, we're talking everything A Day in the Crib, which opens on October 3rd. And we're really excited about it. It's going to be presented off Broadway. It's actually off Broadway at the Producers Club, the Sonnet
correct.
Theater at the Producers Club. And we are going to give you all the details behind the actual production. Before we go, though, I want you to share any thoughts that you feel our viewers should take into consideration. You're primarily known and recognized for the hit Growing Up Gonzalez, which had a limited run and then was extended into an open-ended run and ended up traveling. I mean, you did so well with that particular
Right,
show,
right.
and you made a name for yourself with that, which again is Latino told story, right? It's a Latino-based story, and while of course there's room for us in all of your stories, there's room for other people as well. So what would you like to leave our viewers with in just coming in with an open mind, seeing the diversity that they're going to experience?
Well, you know, it's almost like it's nothing to prepare for, right? It's gonna look very normal. You're gonna see a bunch of people on stage that you see every day on the train, you know, walking the streets of Manhattan, the Bronx, and Brooklyn. You know, you kind of feel like you have to prepare for that, but the reality is it's a very natural thing that you're going to come and see, you know. And I tell you, I haven't done anything since Growing Up Gonzalez. We toured Puerto Rico in 2018, and that's the last production I did. I had started to work on some stuff, but COVID hit. You know, it changed everything. Like your previous guest, you know, went over, affected a lot of lives. And to a point with me it had been so long since I jumped into the creative realm, I felt like I couldn't do it. There's no way I'm going to be able to pull something like that again together. It's just not going to happen. And then here I am. You know, I made a decision, you know, that it's time to start creating again. And I chose this play because, you know, I want people to laugh. You know, we're going through some crazy times.
Yeah.
It's a serious subject, right? Infidelity, if you ever been through it, if you know everybody at least knows somebody who's been through it, so everybody can relate to this show. And you know, I want people to come in and see it. I want them to feel the poignant moments, that there are a couple of very poignant moments, and I want them to laugh. You know, we got to be able to laugh at ourselves. And this show, I think they'll be laughing from beginning to end. I believe that.
Yeah, I'm with you. And what I really appreciate about your writing is how you're able to, first of all, the language is relatable. It's very New York flavored, right? And there's lessons in them. It's not just, oh, let's just come and laugh. You're gonna find yourself laughing a lot because it's hilarious. Plus, I'm in it. Just saying. No.
Little plug every now and then. Why not? Why not?
But more than that, there's a lot of lessons, and I think it's important that we're able to just share in opening up people's consciousness in whatever matter that you're skilled in, and you're skilled in that area.
Yeah, you know, I love writing. You know, first and foremost, that's what I am. You know, I'm a writer. But you know, in the theater industry in New York, you got to play a lot of roles. You got to wear a lot of hats, and you know, thank God I have the ability to do that. You know, I take it seriously, and I expect everybody around me to take it seriously. And we got a great group. You saw them, right?
Yeah,
These guys are working so hard.
I've been enjoying my rehearsal
they've been
process
working
with
so
the
hard
team.
and taking risks, right? We
Yeah.
got people doing some crazy stuff on
Yeah.
stage, you know, and they're like, wow, you know, I'm going to do it because it's important to the story, and it is. You know, I try not to cash in on any type of cheap humor. Although there's a couple of things in there that you know that might be that
here and
little
there.
campy here and
We
there.
can afford that.
But more than anything, like you said, you know, I want people to leave, you know, and say, you know what, maybe there's a conversation, you know, that me and my partner has to have about something in the past, or you know, maybe I can help somebody who's going through that, and just open up some conversation about it without being so afraid of it.
Yeah.
Usually it's a taboo topic, right? I mean,
Right.
you don't talk about that at all.
And you usually sense the elephant in the room, which you guys are going to be feeling the elephant in the room throughout the production.
Do we have an elephant? No, we
No,
didn't cast an elephant.
No, we didn't cast an elephant. It's an imaginary elephant. But trust me, you're going to feel it. But I do want to say, as we conclude this segment, that I don't think anybody but you should be directing it to bring it to life. So,
Wow, thank you.
yeah, so I think you're doing a great job as our director as well. And I just want to plug that, you know, it's my director, mi gente.
Yeah. And you know, you've been around her for so long, right? I said, man, she's gonna come in and she's gonna tear me up, you know. But and you know, as a professional, right? You go into a situation like that, you have to look around. You have to make some judgment, right, for yourself, and to know how you're gonna move forward. And the fact that you're saying that we've been through the process so far, and you respect my directing, I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and it's real, right? It's a real discussion that I think you guys are gonna enjoy either learning about or
Yes.
experiencing.
Come and see it.
Once again, Felix Rojas, playwright and director of A Day in the Crib. And you guys, once again, I'm also part of A Day in the Crib, and I'm so proud of it. And A Day in the Crib opens October 3rd and runs through November 3rd. And that's running Thursday through Sundays at the Sonnet Theater in the Producers Club, which is located at 358 West 44th Street in New York. And if you're interested in more information and or tickets, you can visit Growing Up Gonzalez with an S, Gonzalez.com. All right, stay tuned. Our Open Artist Spotlight is coming up next.